Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, Treasure Map Jinbei is finally here, so we will be selecting the New World League. I do like that they do that, and if you guys have the option, make sure you're selecting New World League. The 4 times extra drops, like, look how much extra goodies you guys get. If you want limit break materials, Treasure Map is the best place to do it. I do understand it is the most grindy of the game modes, but unfortunately, it is the best way to get some Treasure Map materials. So I would highly recommend just using your free stamina, making your way through. And if you are in the New World, I would highly recommend staying there, as you can get a lot more drops just by moving around the map. So Treasure Map Jinbei is a very interesting unit. I would definitely make sure that you farm this guy up. His special bind removal is very, very handy. It's something like 7 turns. He's probably one of the best Jinbeis in the game, to be honest. Besides maybe like B1 Legend Jinbei. Like, the Clash Jinbei is very, very good too, but this Jinbei is actually very, very good. And for a free-to-play unit, you can easily max him out. He also has this ship bind removal. So what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of the video, I'm going to avoid Chopper. Ideally, I do like to try and take on characters on the map. But for the sake of the video, just to try and take them all down in one sitting, make the run a little bit smoother, I guess, we will avoid all the enemies on the map. Every single time I do Treasure Map 2, just as like trying to do it as free to play as possible, I do like to try and go for that stamina behind the rock. Man, can we get something that's not a 1, please? That would be awesome. I do always like to go to the stamina that is behind the rock, just to make life a little bit easier with the stamina recharge, as well as actually like grinding the double pirate XP when I'm not doing Treasure Map. So this is the team that I built against Sanji and Pudding. Now, I did pull the Mistems, which is very, very handy, so I am going to try and find a friend Mistems, but we are using Luffy Sanji as our leader for this particular fight. The recommended character is the Germa unit, but I do have a Sai unit on this particular team, so I just thought, with the support of Pedro getting around the Despair, with Despair sockets, of course, we can easily just avoid that, utilizing support characters rather than the captain ability of Germa. But if you guys are missing Germa, and you didn't pull for the boosters, just bring a friend Germa here if you can find one. It will make this stage a lot easier, as you just won't have to worry about the Despair at all. So on stage 1 against Pedro, he's going to give our strength and quick characters cooldown, but for this particular team, all of our characters already have cooldown, which is awesome. On the second stage, we actually get burnt, and we get a full board of unfavorable slots, or they just actually take away our slots. I don't think you do anything with slots, do you? No, you do not. So what we can actually do here is we can actually just use the Germa special. Now, Germa is going to become a Sai leader, but we can actually use his super type special as well, just to lock in those TND orbs, and then we can switch with our Luffy Sanji, and we can just honestly just destroy Luffy, even though we do have the burn. Germa is super effective against all types, so like as things get a little bit harder, you can just sort of hit with all your other characters with greats, and then just hit that last shot with Germa to get the super effective against all types popping off with a lot of extra damage. So as you see there, we are using the supports of the free-to-play Pedro, as well as the support of, what's his name, Paraspero, to remove 2 turns of the threshold. That way we can use our Luffy Sanji switch and special to get a full board of orbs, as well as a high 2.5 times attack boost. We can actually use our carrot special here to get an orb buff, as well as removing the rest of the threshold. And then we can actually just finish it off with our Germa special to give us a chain buff, as well as color affinity to our strength units. And with that, we can just easily kill Luffy, Sanji Pudding without any worries whatsoever. As things get a little bit harder, we can obviously use our Peckham's or Mistem special on the turn before, get the carryover of the higher orb boost. But for the moment, just using double Mistems is going to work very well. If I can find or get my hands on Aladdin, I will be using Aladdin just for higher points. But just utilizing a Luffy Sanji works very, very well. But as I mentioned, if you are missing some of those high tier captains, I would recommend bringing a Germa friend. So 27 times multiplier is pretty juicy. I will definitely be taking that, as I don't want to go too hard in this treasure map. Like, I will definitely just stay on top of my free stamina. I always do. But I don't really want to spend gems, as we do have Big Mom Kaido coming up very, very soon, as well as the next Kazuna banner being very, very enticing with that new Sengoku. So hopefully we can make it to the top 500 just by playing with our normal stamina. I don't know if that will be possible or not, but like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Alright, sweet. So we actually got the buff to move around the map a bit quicker, which is always nice. Getting those extra steps is just very, very cool. And the fact that it's 2, that's awesome. I like that a lot. Alright, we're going to get to Jinbe fairly quickly now, which is great. So that way the video won't take forever. But at the same time, it means that we can actually just start getting a wiggle on and finish this first run. Alright, beautiful. We needed 3 or more to get to Jinbe here. Alright, so on the first fight, we actually come up against Nami. Now, Nami is the easiest of all the mini-bosses. We are using Carrot as our leader, and I did make a couple changes from my initial video, if you guys saw that. We are actually utilizing Smoothie and Oven for their switch ability for wave clearing, and I decided to trial Enel in the beginning, just to make things a little bit quicker, making your way through, because a 1.1 to a 1.2 doesn't make that much of a difference. I think it's like a 0.2 times boost, but if it doesn't make things that much quicker, I will just take him off the team. Alright, so we're just going to switch with our Smoothie and Oven. When you do switch with Smoothie and Oven, you do need to be mindful that it is color damage, not like non-type damage. So when you switch, just be mindful of what characters you're attacking. As when you switch into Smoothie, you get side damage, and when you switch into Oven, you get quick damage. So if you do have a dex unit, you do need to make sure, like you see here, you do need to make sure that you do kill or do damage to that dex unit, as the quick damage isn't going to be enough, or isn't usually enough to take them out. Now, if we don't actually need, we can use our Enel special here, easy peasy, to just wipe that particular stage. But you could probably switch back into Smoothie there, and that would work too. Like I said, just bringing Enel just makes things very, very quick. So on the final stage against Nami, she is a int unit who binds our middle row. So we can use our Carrot special to remove the binds. We can then switch with our Smoothie and Oven and use their special for a... just goes, to be honest. Basically just to get our Enel special back. Then we can use our VV special, again just getting Enel back and just letting Enel just kill Nami. If you want to, actually, you could probably just use the switch ability of Smoothie and Oven. Just use that switch ability to kill that second last stage, and then just pop the Enel special on the final stage. In the beginning of the treasure map, that should clear it for a very long time. I think she's only got something like 100,000 HP, and it scales at about 10%. So that should work for quite a while. And when it doesn't, obviously Enel has the amazing special to remove, to gain special charge, so that will also make things quicker too. So moving on to the next fight against Brook now, we are using Chopper as our leader here, and I did make a few changes. We are using Zoro for the same principle of making it quicker, and then I actually put Mihawk on this team as he's another wave clearer, so hopefully utilizing his special as well can make things a lot quicker, just making our way through the particular run, getting to the end nice and fast, and then just wave clearing our way through the actual fight. I always like to use the wave clearers on stage 3 and 4 though, as we actually do have more enemies on stage 3 and 4 than we do on stage 1 and 2. There's usually only 3 enemies here, so unfortunately we aren't even going to be able to get that Mihawk special. So taking the Mihawk off probably is going to be the way to go. But keeping the Zoro on the team will just make stage 3 and stage 4 very, very quick. Very, very quick. Zoro also has the ability to get a special cooldown on red special activation. So every time we use a special with our characters here, we can get more specials. But unfortunately, as you guys will see, we actually didn't even come close to getting Mihawk special. Or we came very close, actually, I should say. Sorry, not very close. But we can utilize our Beach special to remove the chain lock. We've got Chopper here to remove the paralysis. We can use our Perispero special. He can remove the... he can give us a orb boost, and then just with that, we can finish off Brook there. So, most likely be taking Mihawk off the team, just because he was just that shy from that wave clear. And then just replace him with someone else that could someone that will have an impact on the team, I guess. Maybe someone that can rotate orbs, as we do have empty orbs on that final stage. Once Brook dies too, as you saw there, he does like a 20,000 death hit, but with Beach giving us the threshold, it works very, very well, as we don't have to worry about that. You can also use Beach as your captain if you want to. He gives 10% damage reduction. That could definitely help out as well, but look, it is what it is. The team still works very, very well, and Brook is still one of the easier mini-bosses as well. So on to the next fight against Chopper. The team that I built in my initial video hasn't changed. We are still using a double Brook lead with a mono... Free Spirit team. So because Chopper does turn into an int unit, if you can fill this team out with mainly Psy units, it will be up your alley. But just remember that Sanji isn't actually getting a boost on this particular team, so there is that. But bringing him is actually just getting that little bit extra points instead of bringing Sanji and Nami, as they are only a 1.1 times treasure map booster. They're very, very good at removing the stun and the special bind, but because we or actually, I just realized, because we're using Brook as our legend, we're not actually going to have the special bind removal. That is, that's going to be an issue. Oh, that was very silly of me. So, using Brook as a captain is not going to be very, very effective. I totally forgot about that. Oh, it's just the bottom row. Never mind. So with the Pudding support, we can actually just easily remove the stun. Then we can use our double Brook special to remove the special bind on the bottom row. Honestly, though, it doesn't even really look like that you need to use the double Brook special. You can't. Oh, you actually can delay, so that's always nice. We can use the A special for an orb buff as well, and then if you want to, you can finish it off with the treasure map Shank special. Basically, just to try and get some more matching orbs, but like as you'll see, they're like 4 million. Like that's not going to be an issue moving forward for a very long time. Unfortunately for that particular team, is we don't have many wave clearers. I guess you could probably replace Shanks on the team if you can find a wave clearer, but otherwise you're just gonna have to do your normal attacks and play the game like normal, I guess. Oh damn it, Sanji. I've only ever used the super type Luffy from that particular free-to-play event. I've never used the other characters, so all of them have not been limit break. Alright, on to the final mini-boss fight against Carrot now. So this team hasn't changed at all since my original video. We are still rocking our boy 6+ Beej as our leader. He's going to be very, very handy. He's a shooter and driven booster. Remember, he does boost driven now with his 6+. So you can get a little bit more sort of team comp out of him, rather than just utilizing a mono shooter team. We do have Colosseum Kid on this particular team as well. He's actually going to be very, very handy once we hit stage 3, as he's going to be able to wave clear for us very, very easily, as well as give us cooldowns. So he gives our shooter and our striker units 2 turns of cooldown, but because we have to tap every single turn and then the end of turn damage kicks in, we still actually get our cooldowns, which is very, very handy. And on stage 3 and 4, when we have the 4 and 5 units, this is the best time to use his special. Just wave clear our way through and then move on to the final stage against Carrot. So against Carrot, she gives us attack down and she has damage reduction. So she gives us 5 turns of attack down and she has 5 turns of damage reduction. So this is where we can use the Okiku special. She's going to give us an orb boost as well, as we are at max HP. Then we can use our Usopp special to remove the attack down. We have our Pudding special here. She's going to give us a full board of orbs. And then we can use our Beej special to give ourselves the attack buff. And with that, we can just not even need to fully single tap. Just clear Carrot very, very quickly and very, very easily. This team's quite fast, and it'll work for a very long time. So against Carrot, honestly, there's not really that much to talk about. Just make your way through and just finish her off. The fact that Okiku's driven makes life very, very easy, as she becomes our orb booster for that particular team. She gives a rainbow orb boost, which is just great. On final stage, we're up against Jinbe. Now, this team has changed a little bit since my video. Now, if you are struggling and you don't have any of the treasure map boosters, then head over to that video. I will leave a card and the link in the description for you guys. But the changes that I made, I actually used Mistims on this particular team. And I'm using Perispero as the support on the Sweet Generals. That way we can actually use the support of Perispero to come in and remove 2 turns of the damage reduction, and then I can use Pedro to remove the other 4, as Mistims is an attack down booster. If you don't have, obviously if you don't have Mistims, but you do have the Perispero, you can use the Perispero over Mistims, and then use Pedro for the attack down. But because it is 5 turns of defense up, you do need to stall 1 turn anyway. You can bring the Summertime Robin though. She's very, very good. She also removes Despair, so there is that option for you guys as well. But the idea of this team is it's basically a mono strength team, bar the Sweet Generals, mainly because the Sweet Generals are 1.5 times boosters. That's the reason they're here. But once we get to the Aladdin stage, he gives us 3 turns of attack down and a full board of block orbs, as well as 2 turns of paralysis. So what we can do here is we can just use the switch abilities of our Luffy Sanji to remove the paralysis. And then we can use our Mistem special to give us a 3-turn orb boost, lock our orbs, and carry them into the next room. Then we can use one of our Luffy Sanji specials to get an attack buff, nice and easily. And then we can just basically single tap with one of our Luffy Sanjis and move on to the final stage. We're going to hang on to those recovery orbs, which is excellent. And we're going to keep that orb boost that Mistem's provides as well. On the final stage against Jinbe, he's going to bind our top row and he gives us the chain reduction. Puts up the 5 turns of defense up, and with the support of Halloween Ace, we can just remove the bind. And with Perispero, we can remove 2 turns of the defense up. So what we can do now is to switch with our Luffy and Sanji once again. Use their special for a massive attack boost. Giving another full board of orbs. Oh, actually, I stuffed up. I was meant to bring a friend Mistems. That's annoying. Ideally, I was meant to bring a friend Mistems for this particular fight. That way you just get a lot more points. But then you are... Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, you will be stuck with another turn of paralysis. But I guess you could probably just tap your way through that. That's not really that big of an issue. But as you see there, just with our specials live, we can just easily clap Jinbe. But utilizing a friend Mistems is going to be your best option. But if you guys are missing Luffy Sanji yourself, bringing a friend Luffy Sanji would be very, very effective as well. So there you guys go. That was my initial treasure map run. Testing those teams that we spoke about in the preparation video, as well as getting our hands on the thick boy that is Treasure Map Jinbe. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button. And if you are new to the channel, or you do like to stop by and check out the OPTC videos every now and again and haven't already, consider subscribing today. And for all you bloody legends out there that are already subscribers, consider becoming members by hitting that red join button next to the video description. But guys, most importantly, wherever you are in this world, make sure to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, guys, I thank you for watching, but I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!